Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. Today I ventured far from my home base of Phoenix, up into the beautiful state of Utah, to seek out some very interesting rock formations, a very iconic landscape, full of things known as goblins. Yes, you heard me right, goblins. And we're going down there to check them out up close and personal. You want to come with me? I thought you did. Let's do it. Just look at all of the goblins right down below me here. That is a sight to behold. You actually get to walk down there and roam freely wherever you want, which was what we're gonna do. Now there are actually 3 valleys according to the map. This is Valley 1, and I think Valleys 2 and 3 are somewhere off over there, and there's kind of a variety of goblin types that you're gonna see. Down here there's dozens of clusters of goblins, so we're gonna start off with that. But first, let's go educate ourselves a bit. So they tell you what you would think would be some common sense rules here. Don't climb on the goblins. Don't touch them, be respectful, don't contribute to erosion. And this sign tells you a little bit about how this was formed. This was the edge of a shallow sea about 140 to 170 million years ago, during the age of the Jurassic period. Yes, dinosaurs. I've had my eye on this place for a very long time. Have wanted to come here and check this out. It's about 8 hours away, 8 to 9 hours away from where I live. I've also already seen a collection of these things, a few, near my campground, my campsite at Goblin Valley State Park, where I spent a few nights. I did a campground guide episode on that, and I'll put a link in the description down below in case you want to check that out. Dun 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 dun. Oh yeah, goblins everywhere. I don't think there's really a prescribed order or direction to follow here. You just kinda walk where you please. To me, many of the shapes here look like mushrooms. I almost feel like I'm in a Super Mario Brothers game here. It's mushrooms everywhere, waiting for Toad to jump out from behind one of these things and say, "Surprise!" That's a really strange one, isn't it? I kind of see a nose and a mouth, almost like a goblin's head. Partially. This is one of those places where your mind just sees all sorts of interesting things. Some of them not family friendly either. So does that one look like a Hershey's Kiss to any of you guys? So yeah, I'm just roaming around here. These things are all over the place. Everywhere the goblins is. Yeah, this ground is hard. It's dirt. It's like the campground. It's like mud where it rained really hard and then it dried really fast. So it's not quite as hard as rock, but it's not far off. Just to kind of give you a taste for your senses there. I'm kind of roaming towards, I don't know if this is the eastern side of the valley, northeast. This is one of the extreme ends of it though. So I'm probably gonna circle back around now with the sun behind my back and start making my way through the denser clusters. This is one of the most unique and strange landscapes I've ever seen. I don't know, where else in the world would you find something like this? can already tell you, it's gonna be impossible to explore every nook and cranny of this place. And there's just so many different ways to walk and to go. I don't see how you could possibly come down here and like catalog every single one of these things. By the way, I always mean to tell you this. If you ever want to come visit Goblin Valley State Park and check this out, I'll put a link in the description down below to cactusatlas.com, our website. We always have really helpful information there to help you start planning your journey, and we even include the weather forecast. So I'm still making my way over this way to what I believe are Goblin Valley 2 and 3, little offshoot canyons or valleys where we're supposed to see even more. And I'm wondering if the sun will be a little bit better in there based on the angle of how I think it's laid out. Oh yeah, I see a lot more of those things, and I think it kind of cuts in that way. So I'm gonna go check that out. Look at that. That defies gravity. Have you ever seen a sideways rock like that? This area back here has a lot of promise. I'm gonna assume this is Valley 2. I think Valley 3 is a little bit further that way. This looks pretty cool, and I've seen more people back here already than where I started. So let's go see about this. But first, let's look at this rock again. Oh my gosh, that is insane. Here's another one of those that just defies gravity. How is that even possible? It is exquisitely quiet back here. Perfect quiet. No breeze. I don't hear people anymore. Pure silence. So I saw some reviews of people online of the park. People saying, oh, you only need like an hour, hour and a half to see everything here. I don't see how that's possible. I'm just wandering further and further back, and it just keeps going and going. So that being said about the time that you need here, while I think an hour and a half isn't enough, maybe a half day is more like it to properly see everything and do a thorough exploration like I'm doing. We still have more to go seek out, but like I said, this is Valley 2 of 3 valleys, and I'm gonna guess I'm getting towards the back of this thing. I gotta be. Yep, there you go. I think I found the end. I'm gonna guess it's right down there. Let's go take a peek. Oh, cool. What do we got back here? So a slot canyon? Oh yeah. I walked back here. You can keep going, I think. I'm gonna guess, for all intents and purposes, this is the end of valley number 2. So I think I'm gonna turn back, but there are opportunities to continue. Not sure what you'd find back there, but I'm on a time frame, so let's go seek out the last of the 3 valleys. All right, I'm starting to make my way back now. Facing the way I came, it's still beautiful right now. There's enough shadow in here and light just to make it really nice. So this area starts to ascend. That's the area, we came from that way, came back there, back this way, and you kind of climb slightly in elevation. Not sure where this is gonna go, but let's go find out. Wow, look at that. All right, I'm officially kind of lost now. I think this is the other valley. I think the valley here and another one run parallel and are separated. But now I don't know for sure. Yeah, it's crazy back here. There are a couple more trails here in the park, not here in the Valley of the Goblins portion. There's something known as the Goblins Lair, which is a cave-like slot canyon. Not very long, I don't think. I think it's behind all of this stuff. Probably worthy of its own video to hike out to it and check it out. But for now, yeah, I'm thinking more and more we've exhausted what there is to see back here. Well, look at that. I think there actually is a little bit more. Very reminiscent of the first part of the park. Maybe that's what was known as Valley 3. You know what I think I decided here? I think, yeah, with the sun coming up, it's getting harder to film out here. So I think I'm gonna come back. I got not much else going on today. I think I'm gonna return really late afternoon, maybe around sunset. And we'll come back and check this little section out and kind of make our way back. See what this place looks like in a different light. How do you like that? All right, so I've magically transported myself back to Goblin Valley, but this time on the flip-flop side. I'm here probably couple hours, an hour away from sunset as opposed to sunrise. So I wanted to see what this place looks like here in the afternoon. It is pretty when there's shadow and light in here. Came up over a small hill, and my word, look at how much is back here. Oh my gosh, I was expecting nothing. I thought it was gonna end. And look what I found. I wonder if this is the 3rd valley that we hadn't seen yet, or what was referred to as Valley 3. Oh my gosh. We got work to do here. This looks like one of the densest sections yet. Holy goblins. Where do I even start? Oh, I'm not going to be able to get all this done, I don't think. I mean, that goes way back there. Yeah, this is really neat back here. I see combinations of like taller ones and shorter ones. The lighting is really getting to be pretty now too. Ooh, I see some really thin ones over there. Let's make that a goal. Let's go check that out. Look at that. It looks like bones, like the rib cage of an ancient dinosaur. I think we're kind of on the back side of that other interesting area that we explored this morning. I'm pleased with my overall exploration of this park. There's still some things that I never got to see. I always like to save some things for a future trip, like the hike to the Goblins lair. Not going to be able to do that this time, but it always gives you incentive to come back. But as for Goblin Valley, once I get to the other side over there, I think I've covered it all. Now granted, we didn't put eyes on every single hoodoo or goblin. I don't know if that's humanly possible. But yeah, this has been very satisfying. All right, more boulders. Maybe I can scramble up here and get a better look at what I've got going on. That's really what I've come to see though, are those really skinny ones up there. All right, I kind of came up above. And yeah, that's probably the best view I'm gonna get of that, from right over here. Yeah, that was a really cool section. I mean, there's a few more nooks and crannies you could really wedge yourself in there if you want to, and I want to, but time is running out. I think it's time to head back to the parking lot, see how much further the sun has gone down, see what the main valley looks like now. You can already see in the few minutes I've been back here, that's the last bit of sunlight on those few rocks right there. But as we emerge, this side is definitely still bathed in soft golden sunlight. And you know, we didn't really go up there yet. I'm gonna just take a peek. I don't think I'm gonna do a thorough exploration, but just wanna pop my head in and see what it might be like. And what do you know? There's more. Although, I didn't really see a clear path. And a bat just swooped down. See it? There's a bat like right above me. What the heck? Hopefully it's not rabid. You really feel like you're on another planet. And this time I don't know which one. Can't really say Mars because it's not red enough for what I picture Mars to look like. Doesn't look like the moon. I don't know. What planet do you guys think this looks like? I guess a planet that we've not discovered yet. And I'm the only one here. I crash landed. Not a sign of life. Except for bats. I recognize those features again. But we're seeing it in a slightly different light. So one thing we haven't really explored yet on this video is, what are these things made of? They look like big hunks of dirt, don't they? Well, they're not. It's like solid rock. I think the things they sit on, though, are looser material that erodes faster, and that is more dirt-like. So you got these like boulders sitting on top of like hard dirt. All right, I'm seeing bats more often now. Just saw two. It's the time of the bats. They must live in all those little caves and holes that we see around here. There's plenty of places for them. Well, I guess we are going to be here for sunset because the sun is about to go down below the land over there. It is absolutely picture perfect though, isn't it? And just like that, the sun is almost gone. So Goblin Valley State Park. You saw it for yourself, folks. I don't need to sell it. If you can ever make it happen, make it happen. I'm not gonna be long-winded this time. Get on out here. You won't regret it. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And find us on social media at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.